and we're going to get stuck into the webinar, and we'll go from there. Well, good morning, everyone. Hope everyone is well. And today we're going to talk about some powerful marketing strategies on this webinar this morning. And I was just mentioning before about, these things are just some great strategies I've worked with clients over the last couple of years or even longer, and just giving you guys a reminder on some of the stuff that you could be doing. So let's get stuck into it, guys. Welcome, and we are now open for training. So guys, if you do have Facebook open, or if you're working on your books in the background, or you are doing stuff, guys, during these webinars, especially these ones, they're very hands-on. If you have pen and paper in front of you, that's probably going to be a great thing. So guys, try and keep as much focus as you can. If you do, though, and I will work on this in a second, let me just give you my usual warning. This webinar is designed to give you great insights into your marketing, and we do take full responsibility here at Black Belt Business for any positive changes to your business after implementation. And guys, as you know, if you've done my webinars before, I like to be very, very hands-on. So, pens and papers. If you've got any questions whatsoever on the go-to bar, just please place them down in the questions box. I will answer them. I will be looking as we're going. Anyone asking questions, I'm happy for this to be interactive. The more interaction, the better. What you're going to do also, if you need to raise your hands, you can just raise your hands up around the area on the sidebar. And what we've actually got, you can minimize the GoToMeeting control panel there by just using that orange arrow if you need to minimize. Guys, I won't waffle on too much about myself. I'm now effectively running 4 businesses out there, from martial arts schools to business consulting to website companies, and also now helping with a skincare range, which is absolutely awesome. Been doing martial arts for a very long time, absolutely love it. Great stress relief, and people pay me to actually get rid of my stress, so it's absolutely brilliant. Even better, I get to hit people and they pay me for it. It's fantastic, guys. And I just love working with business owners. Adult education is really where I actually fit well. I love working with adults and educating them. I love working with kids in martial arts as well and watching them grow. But guys, today it's all about hands-on stuff, not about this fluffy stuff where you could do this and then off you go and you try and do it yourself. That's not what we're actually here for today. So, guys, I'd like to start off with a bit of interaction. Can you just type in the questions box what you would love to get out of this webinar? You're on here for an hour. You're investing your phone for an hour. You're investing your time today for an hour. What would you love to actually get out of this webinar today? So I make sure I'm on the right track. You probably guys know I don't, write copious amounts of notes and I talk about what I'm actually doing. I just go off the cuff, so I can change the webinar. If everyone wants me to show you how to make the best coffee in the world, I'm happy to go through and do that. So guys, just write in the questions what you'd love out of today, what you'd like to actually see out of today, if you don't mind. Kim, you want some marketing strategies? Absolutely. Happy to work on those. New effective marketing strategy? Absolutely. Okay, help a startup business grow. Happy to work on that. Internet marketing help, and we are going to touch on that, Marilyn. We will touch on internet marketing stuff. Out of the box thinking, excellent, Eric. I love that one, and hopefully I'm going to give you a few things that are way out of the box. Converting leads to sales, yes, we will be working on that one tiny bit. Definitely working on that. Thank you, Donna. Market to target audiences and the best platforms to actually do it, and yes, we will be touching on that. So, guys, excellent ideas. I'll just keep seeing as people come in. So guys, let me just start a quick poll, if you don't mind, just quickly. I want to know from you guys how many marketing strategies you currently have running at the moment. How many marketing strategies are you doing? For instance, do you have a website? Is that website being SEO'd? Or do you do Google AdWords? Do you do social media? Do you do Yellow Pages? Do you do Yellow Pages online? These are all the different strategies out there, guys. How many marketing strategies are you actually running at the moment in your business? I'm just curious to see. And looking at the results already, guys, I can see there's um, quite a few, and wow, isn't that interesting? Yay, I wasn't expecting these results. So, oh, there we go. I've got a couple of people working on those. Okay, guys, we're 70% voted. How many marketing strategies do you currently run in your business at the moment? And I'm going to, yay. Normally I can predict a lot what's happening here, but this one I was actually expecting a tiny bit more. All right, let me 84% voted. We're almost there. Okay, that changed the figure a tiny bit. All right, let me just close this poll and share the results. Guys, quite simply, looking at this, most of us here on the call have 1 to 5 marketing strategies working in place. 13%, 6 to 10. There's a few of us here who have no strategies, which that's an easy one to work on. And there's 6% with more than 11 strategies all happening at once, guys. So isn't that why do I find that interesting? Is it because that small business owners can't handle any more than 5 strategies at once? And hopefully today I'm going to show you that marketing is not just about strategies, not just about investing a whole lot of money. It's all about being smart, and hopefully I'll share that with you. So let me actually just give you another quick poll. For your business to have maximum effect, for you to have the business of your dreams, how many marketing strategies do you believe you need to have running in your business? How many do you believe you actually need? If you can just quickly answer this one, because I'm curious on what it actually is. For you to have maximum effect in your business, for you to have the best return on your marketing, how many strategies should you be actually working on? Okay. Yeah, I'm predicting this is more where it should have been. I was actually waiting for the other one to be exactly roughly these figures. So that's an interesting thing. All right, guys, we've almost voted. 80% of us are done by clicking those little mouse buttons on the thingy. All right, let me just close the poll. Okay, so looking at those results, guys, that's a big difference. 75% of us are doing 1 to 5 strategies currently, but some of us believe we need to increase those strategies to 6 to 10, and a few of us need 11 or more. And guys, I'm going to show you how to make those strategies. To make 11 or more strategies is actually quite easy. And believe it or not, I think some people are underestimating what actually is a marketing strategy and what is actually working for them at the moment. So, guys, let me get cracking into it. It's time to get some training done. Let's all get into it. I'll just quickly check the questions. Excellent. Excellent, and that's a great point, Cassandra. A lot of people have a challenge in their head about being a marketer versus actually being a professional or a business owner or a worker or something to that effect. So that's a very interesting challenge. So I'm going to actually touch on that and show you that you being a professional or great at what you do is actually a great marketing tool in itself. So let's get started, guys. Branding versus lead generation. I don't know if you've been into those marketing workshops, and I'm not hacking on marketers, by the way, guys. I never will. They have a great they have some great tools. They have some great they slot in the business very well. But the challenge that I've got, especially when we're doing small business marketing, is they want to start getting in the stuff that most small businesses aren't ready to do. And what comes first, branding or lead generation? And quite simply, guys, I'm a firm believer of small business needs one thing and one thing only, and that's lead generation. We can go work on our brand, and so many people sit there and overanalyze what their logo looks like. They overanalyze what their coloring should be. They overanalyze, the exact font that they actually use sending out on a letterhead. And, guys, I think they're important to a point. You don't want to have your website pink and then your uniforms purple and then your logo green. Wouldn't that be a good mix? Pink, purple, and green. You don't want to. Actually, that's a good coloring when you think about it. You don't want to actually have it all mixed. You want a consistent level of branding. But honestly, that's where I think you need to go with branding. And it's really funny. I once sat down with a client. It was my second session with the client. This was about a year and a half ago. And they were saying, look, we're in the middle of a redesign of the logo. What do you think? Of these logos, and I turned around and I went, yeah, they all look good. Which one are you going to choose? Choose one. Let's move on. Let's get on. No, oh no! And here's the general manager, and the business owners are in the room as well. Here's the general manager sitting there going, no, 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 no. We've got to really talk about this really in depth. We've got to talk about this. We've got to talk about this. And I'm sitting there going, why do we need to talk about it? Choose a logo and move on. And he sat there and he brought up. I had my laptop out, an Apple logo on the back, and he sat there and go, did you know Apple went and spent $2.5 million on reviewing exactly what that logo looks like, and it's ingenious. You can see the perfect symmetry and how the cutout of the byte actually is, and byte mean computer, and you can see that. And I'm just sitting there going, oh my goodness. Guys, I don't know about you, but I personally don't have $2.5 million to pay some guru to make my logo look absolutely spot on. The thing and challenge is we get caught up when we do our marketing on how everything exactly looks. We get caught up too much in the branding and all of that. And reality is, when you're actually in small business, we need to focus on lead generation, because as you grow, you can adapt and change your branding. How many times have large corporations changed their branding? How many times have they actually gone and done a rebranding exercise? Honestly, large corporations do it once every 10 to 15 years, sometimes to a detriment. I don't know if you know, but Pepsi went and changed their logo once and lost thousands and thousands and millions of dollars worth of sales because no one really liked that logo. But when you're looking at small business, guys, we don't need to actually get caught up into 100% exactly overanalyzing everything that we're actually doing from a branding point of view. It is important, but guys, let's focus on lead generation. Let's not get caught up on the major branding issues that sometimes we do get caught up on. So I want to make sure that we're actually focusing on lead generation today only, guys, and that's really important. Now, one of the big challenges that I see with people is all of a sudden they look at their bank account today and they go, oh my goodness, and then they look at their calendar leading up, and they look at the work that they've got on and maybe their clients that they're seeing, or they're looking at something and they're going, oh my goodness, we need to go and market. No! And all of a sudden they do emergency marketing. And I don't know if you guys have ever done this before, and I see it so many times. I get a phone call from someone going, oh, Nathan, I heard you're really good at helping businesses, get out there and market and all of that. And they sit there and go, we really need you. We got no leads and, we don't know what we're doing. And I sit there and go, yeah, that's fine, but let's just stop a second. One of the key things that we've got to look at with marketing is, there is only a few strategies out there that have an immediate effect. And you know what? 99% of those strategies that have an immediate effect cost a lot of money. And they normally cost bucket loads of money to actually get out there immediately. And this is the biggest challenge that a lot of people have with their marketing. They make it emergency marketing. They wait till the last minute before you actually have to do something. And this is really important. I want you to understand with the strategies that we're going to talk about today is they are not emergency marketing strategies. I got one star that a large company over here went into receivership, quite large actually. CleanMade. I don't know if you guys remember when CleanMade here in Australia went, down the gurgler. And I went and saw a prospect sale, and they turned around. It was a day that CleanMade made the papers, and they said, "Could you have actually saved CleanMade? If you're this business guru, could you have saved them?" And I went, "Nah, not at all." And they've gone, "Well, you're not a very good business guru then." I said, "You know what? The challenges didn't happen today. If I walked in there today, I can't undo the last 18 months. We have to actually rebuild it from scratch again. The challenges happened 18 months ago, guys. If you've got a challenge with marketing at the moment, the challenge challenge didn't happen today or yesterday or the day before. The challenges were happening 2 to 3 months ago. And this is very important that you actually start a consistent marketing campaign today. It needs to be consistent. There's no excuses if you're actually going to be busy. You know, a lot of people get too caught up because they have the challenge around, I'm not a, marketer. I'm a great, salon owner. I'm a great esthetician. I know there's a few estheticians on the call today. I'm a great bookkeeper. I'm a great whatever. This isn't where the challenge is actually lie. That we've got to actually focus about consistency, and this is what marketing is all about: the consistency of getting out there. And here's the next thing that I really want you guys to take on board is, there's two types of marketing investment, tangible marketing investments, and one is time and the other is money. There needs to be a balance of that. A lot of marketing does cost money, but a lot of marketing doesn't cost money either. And like I said before, unless you got $2.5 million sitting there for a great, brand new logo that's going to, have the right symmetries and all that, then reality is we don't, we really have, for small business owners, reality, one area that we've got a lot of, and that's time. So a lot of the strategies I'm going to talk to you today are about time-based strategies versus having to invest a lot of money in. And that's what most business owners need at the moment. They've probably got more time to actually invest rather than actually, rather than investing a whole heap of money into marketing. And guys, if you do have a whole heap of money to invest in marketing, my recommendation is definitely go and get a marketer on board, or go and get a marketing assistant, or go and get someone to actually help implement all your marketing if you're not good at it. If you do have some extra funds there to invest, it should pay off. And I'm going to say the word should, inverted commas. So reality is, most of the time we only have time to invest, and we can do a lot with our time in terms of marketing all the time. So guys, the next point, and if you read what we're actually going on today about, the next point that I'm going to talk to you about is what you actually need to focus on. And here is a couple of main challenges that we need to actually work on. And the biggest challenge that I see when I sit there with clients and sit down with them and go, right, what's the challenge? Oh, I need more customers. Well, guys, one of the things I want you to work on with, before you actually ask right now, and I want you guys to think about this in your own business. Do you actually need more customers, or do you need a better strategy to convert those customers? There's so many times that I walk into a business and I go, right, how many, you need more customers, you want a marketing strategy? Yeah, that's great. Hang on, stop. My first question is how many quotes did you do last week? How many customers or clients walked into your shop last week and didn't actually buy? Where are you actually at? And one of the first things that I actually ask is, right, show me a list of all quotes that you did last week, last month, in the last 6 months, and then tell me how many of those actually became customers. How many signed the dotted line? How many actually, gave you some money and says, I want to actually deal with you? And this is a thing that you guys need to ask yourself is, do you need more marketing, or do you need to actually change your sales process? And a construction company that I've been working with for a very long time, this is one of the first things that we actually changed. We worked out that they were converting about 12% of every quote they're actually doing. And, that's great. 12%, good. But you think about the amount of money they're actually investing in marketing. They're investing $70,000 a year in a marketing campaign. And I just looked at that and looked at the conversion and went, oh my goodness, that's absolutely massive. How about we change stuff in terms of your sales? And, this is where we actually need to have a look at where you're at before you do any marketing campaign, any marketing plan, anything like that. Are you actually converting correctly? I'll always ask you, what comes first, the chicken or the egg? Actually, can anyone answer that? Anyone know the answer to this one, chicken or the egg? Anyone know this one? Love to hear from you. Does the chicken come first or the egg don't come first? Anyone? Guys, it's the same with marketing. What comes first, marketing or sales? What should you work on first? And I've got a really simple answer to this, guys. If marketing was the egg, if you're a brand new business, marketing comes first. right? You've got to practice your sales somehow. Reality is marketing comes first, but you've been an existing business and you're out there and you're a chicken and you're an existing business moving forward. You need to focus on your sales first. And this is extremely important. What is your sales process? How have you set your sales process up? How do you make sure you convert those people? Now, guys, sales is another webinar. I could spend all day talking about sales. I love sales. It's so easy to get people to convert way better. Some of the strategies I used with this construction company is we revised how the quotes were actually written up. He was just putting it on a one-page document and then just sending him to it. Just a printout. We actually created a really good quoting tool that actually enabled them. We changed the way they were discussing. We sent out pre-emails to say, "Hey guys, we're seeing you tomorrow. This is what you can expect during our session, our quote. We're going to do this. We're going to measure up this. We're going to change this. We're going to do this. Then I'm going to sit you down and have a look at the solution that you're looking for. And then, on the day I'm going to do this. And then I'll get the quote back to you within 24, 48 hours. And we just changed that whole process and made it a very, very good experience for the customer. And guess what happened? The conversion rate from 10% up to 35% fairly quickly. And we didn't have to go and invest a whole heap of more money into marketing. We didn't have to do much marketing at all. We just learned how to convert those people. So, be very clear on where you're at. Are you the chicken or the egg? And what do you actually need to work on at this present point in time? Have a look at your conversion rates and go from there. And some of you guys are going to sit there and go, "Oh, but this doesn't relate to me. I'm a shop. People walk in and I can't force them to buy. I can't give them quotes. I can't do that." Absolutely not. There are ways that you can actually strategize when someone walks in. Someone walks in and goes, "Oh, I want a price on that." "Oh, that's going to be $50. Oh, okay, thank you for that." They walk out the door. No, 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 don't do that. Sit there and go, "Oh, well, look, I can give you a price. Our prices start from anywhere from $20 upward. But what are you looking in particular of doing? Or what do you particularly need? Or is there anything in particular that you're looking at?" And then start a conversation. Find out exactly what they need. And then ask them, "Well, great. How about we book that into you? Or how about we book that in for you?" So, guys, there's some really good things that you need to have a look at from a sales point of view. And I know I've spent a bit of time on that, but I think it's so important that we actually understand that rather than investing a whole heap of time in marketing where you're still not going to convert all of those people. Very, very important. So, guys, one of the things I also promised today, and this now starts pretty much almost into the strategies that we're going to work on. One of the things I promised you today is building an actual marketing plan. What I have to do, guys, I have to get this working. Yay. All right, guys, can you just raise your hands up if you can see my iPad? Let me just do a scribble on there. Can everyone see that? Can you just raise your hands for me? Actually, just raise your hands up if you're still awake. That might be a good thing. Excellent. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it muchly. All right, so quite simply, guys, let's have a look at building a marketing plan. Now, there's a lot of things that you can do with strengths and weaknesses and, opportunities, threats, niche, target markets. I think they're all important. I really do. And I think you need to have a look at those, but just not when you're actually starting a basic marketing plan to get you out there, to really start the marketing. And we will talk about target markets and niches and all of that shortly. But one of the first things that we need to work on, give me that. Let's change that. Technology is grand. There's a couple of things that, especially working with clients, I work on 3 areas of marketing. And the first one that I want you to actually think about on your marketing plan is what products or services that you actually deliver. What do you actually sell or buy? What do you actually sell? What do you actually give to clients? Maybe time-based if you service, or products, or both, a combination of both. And I want to be very, very careful. I believe you have one of these plans for each of your products. You could be an accountant, and an accountant might provide business support. They might do compliance tax returns, and they might do, something else. Tax planning, they might do budgeting, they might do financial analysis. I would actually put down a marketing plan for each of the main categories of products that they actually, or services that they provide. If you're a salon owner, for instance, I would be putting down some of the different types of services that you may provide. You might do a day spa package. You might do a skincare analysis package. You might do, a hairdressing package. You might do a makeup thing. They're all different marketing plans because the marketing to get people to buy those could be completely different all around. So one of the first things is you need to set up and say, right, what widget am I actually selling at the moment? What am I actually going to offer the people? Now, the thing that we want to focus on when we're doing this plan is the next step we want to actually have a look at is how are we going to convert those people? Remember, we discussed the chicken and the egg. Do we need to work on sales or marketing? I personally believe you need to look at how you're actually going to get people to actually buy this product. For instance, do you have a web-based business? So effectively, the web actually goes and sells that widget. People buy online, so the website is the conversion tool. You need to have a look if that conversion tool is effective. Is it you personally? So is it your sales team, for instance? You might have a sales team here. I think my pen's just had a blowout. So your sales team here, are they the ones that actually sell that product? Do you do it via phone? Okay, some people have a order-based system. Do you do it by phone? Do you actually have, affiliates or referral partners that actually sell that product? What you've got to do is be 100% clear on what is it that's actually, what is my conversion tool that's actually selling my actual product? Because what you want to do, as I mentioned before, is work on making these as effective as possible. Do you have a good sales process between the sales team and selling that product? So in here, we would actually have, the actual sales process, for instance, right? And we actually work on that. What is it that we actually need to do to actually convert? This is extremely important to look at. And then the last stage, or the last top part up here, is to actually look at, the lead generation. What is the thing to actually make it to go from here to actually here? And that's what we're going to work on today, guys. We're going to have a look at these strategies up here and find out what the lead generation strategies are, and then what you actually do between, let me get a different color, what we do here. This is probably the biggest key that we actually need to look at, because how many lead generation strategies are out there, guys? There's hundreds, there's thousands of different lead generation strategies out there. The biggest key that small business owners need to get to is actually working on, the link between getting to the conversion tool and getting from the lead generation strategy. What is it that we actually need to do as a small business to actually do that? So guys, let me come back to that, because what we're going to do now is fill in these boxes up here and get that done. So let me get back to here. Guys, can I just get a raise of hands to make sure you can see the PowerPoint slides again? We should be on marketing plan. If you can just raise your hands for me, great. Told you'll be interactive today. Up, down, up, down. You can give me a round of applause at the end by actually just clicking the up and down button really fast, but that's all good. I'm just seeing if there's anybody doing that now. Woo-hoo! Excellent. Thought there might be. All right, guys, let's get into our strategies. These aren't the strategies on here. I just found this really, really cool picture. Whenever I actually work on strategies in a group session like this, the first thing I actually like to look at is, please, guys, everything I'm talking about here, I don't want to take into physical content. I want you to look at the context. You don't want to take a marketing strategy to say, hey, that's a great idea, and go jam it in your business word for what I've actually spoken about today, because it might not work for you. I want you to have a look at the context of the strategy that you're actually looking at. As you can see, this couch doesn't fit into this room. It may not perfectly fit. I'm just going to give you some ideas. I want you to have a look at your own content and how you can make it work for your business. So I just want to stress that point, guys, if you don't mind. Now, let's have a look at step number one, strategy number one. The biggest marketing tool for any small business, or I'll be honest, any business out there, is referrals. It's the most simplest way to actually get business. It's the easiest way to build your business. business, and most small businesses here have a word of mouth strategy. It just works that way. People refer on. The challenge that I find is most people don't actually have a process for their referral strategy. What is your process? What do you do when you actually get a referral? What do you do when you actually, tell people to actually refer you on? There's so many things that you should be doing for a referral strategy, but we just sit there and we take the referral, thank you very much, and we don't leverage that point. Who here, and this will be interesting, raise your hands up here. Who's had a referral in the last, let's say the last 2 weeks? Who's had a referral from someone in the last 2 weeks? Great. Hands are being raised. I've got a lot of you guys handing. Absolutely, guys. I'm totally agreeing with that point. I'm going to say 80% of you guys have just raised your hands. And I totally agree. I've had 5 in the last 2 weeks, and we all get it. The key question is how did we get it? Did it just come out of the blue, or did we implement something to ensure that we actually got that strategy? And I want you to ask yourself this: do I have a referral system in place? Do I actually have a dedicated referral system where I actually either ask for the referrals when I talk to a client, I mention something to that client to then refer on? Do I give them a referral card? Do I give them something to actually refer people onto? So I really want you to have a look at your business and what strategy are you getting. Now, out of those people who all got a referral, okay, put your hands up if you actually did something for the person who referred you on. Did you do something for the person that referred you on? Okay, I have 1, 2, 3. Okay, out of all the people that got a referral, out of that, I would say that looking at the hands, okay, there was a couple of latecomers there. Literally less than 30% of you did something with those people who actually referred you on. And this is what I'm talking about with your referral strategy. It doesn't have to be hard to actually do it. For instance, I was sitting down with a hairdresser a couple of weeks ago, and they've gone, yeah, we've got Tuesday Seniors Day where we get all the seniors in. And I said, okay, great. So how are you actually leveraging that? Why do they actually come in? Yes, you're offering them a discount, but how do you get them to bring their friends with you? Why don't you make it Gossip Tuesday? Right? And actually have a referral system where invite your friend, have some gossip. We'll get involved in the gossip as well. Let's have a good laugh and bring your friend in at the same time. And if you bring that friend in, we'll also give you an extra X, Y, and Z, blow dry or whatever you're going to get. What is it that you're actually going to do for that particular referral? How could you actually leverage that by having that referral card? Every time that you do a job, do you actually hand someone a bit of paper to actually go, if you refer this on, we will provide you X? Do you actually have a referral card in place? And if you refer on, your next session with us is going to be X, Y, and Z. It doesn't have to be cash, guys. You can give them a bottle of wine. You can give them some flowers. You can give them some chocolate. You can give them the next session for free. You've got to find something that's high value to them, low cost to you. So, what is it that you're actually doing in terms of that? And this is really important. Sit down and look at your referral strategy. Map it out. Map out and go, right, if I needed to ask someone for a referral, how would I actually do that? And how would it actually work? And here's a really good one. I don't know if any of you guys have read a book by Paddy Lunn called The Happiness Centered Business. He's a dentist here. He was actually doing a dentistry out of Capalaba. So a lot of the Brisbane people should know of Paddy Lunn or may have read their book. He was a dentist on a nervous breakdown. He had a nervous breakdown. He had all these patients. They weren't paying him. His debtors were up the wazoo. He was struggling with patients. And one day he walked in a rage into his dentist practice, grabbed a chainsaw and actually cut up all his reception desks, just literally went to town and demolished his actual surgery. And what he did, he woke up the next day and gone, oh my goodness, what have I done? And he's just had a revolution. Let's change the way we're doing stuff. And instead of having a reception desk, he put a lounge in place. He put a coffee machine there. And he changed the way that the team dealt with the people. But what he also did is he changed the way he said his referrals. He's turned around and go, I am purely a referral-based business. If you refer someone on to me, I'm going to give them the most amazing experience you can ever think of. They're going to have wine. They get given muffins when they actually turn up. They get some flowers when they actually leave. This is a dentist we're talking about, and everyone's probably going, "Wow, this is a bit intriguing." But reality is, it worked for him absolutely brilliantly. But what he had is a referral system that you can refer someone on. We'll choose whether we want to work for them or not. But if they don't work out and they're a bad referral, you're not coming back either. Now, that was a bit of a fear based referral, but I can tell you now it worked an absolute treat. And it worked for him, and his business absolutely boomed after that. A lot of people were talking about it. He had waiting lists like nothing else, and he had people paying up to 18 months in advance for his services. And guys, it's just possible to actually get that done. And, look what he did with the referral based system. So, very interesting the way to actually do it. All right. So we've got a few people answering. So I'm up to the next point. And you can't convert a deal seeker. Yeah, maybe, maybe not, but are they the customers that you actually want? That's what I'm going to say with deal seekers. High conversion rates are awesome. So if you've already got that, then work on more marketing. And high quality work. Absolutely. That was a question, Matt. If you feel me a bit more on high quality work, then let me know. So very important. So guys, there's referrals. Go and put a system in place. Sit down and really analyze what you're doing, and also work out what you're doing for the person that actually refers you on. Very, very important. Now, next strategy. Strategy number 2, guys. I've promised you 7 today. Let's look at strategy number 2. Now, I don't know if anyone knows what this is, but this is a Morse code little system. And what I'm talking about here is really simple. Constant communication with your database, with your existing clients, with with your referral partners, with your strategic alliance partners. This is what we're actually talking about now. Have the touch base system in place. How often are you actually touching base with your database? Now, be careful, guys. I'm not talking about spam. The worst thing that everyone probably hates here is getting 50 million emails from the same person every single week. Only actually let people know when there is something good happening, or when you actually have something happening in your industry, or when it's something important about them. And I'm going to give you a really, really cool couple of ways that we did this in a furniture shop that actually worked a treat in terms of the strategy. And I know you're thinking, well, hang on, but that's not a marketing strategy. I believe this is your referrals and constant communication are your best marketing strategies that you could ever have in place. For instance, when was the last time you went back on all the quotes for the last 12 months, had a quick call with them and just say, hey, did you end up getting that job done that we were out a year ago? And they'd probably sit there and either go, yes, oh, no, we decided not to go ahead, or no, we didn't, but I'm really glad you called because I've been thinking about that recently. It's surprising on how much that happens. And honestly, guys, when I get clients to do this, they normally end up having 4 to 5 new customers quite simply with that constant communication. If you're in a shop, grab their database when they walk in. If they buy, let's say you you sell t-shirts out of a shop. When they walk in to buy their t-shirt, you sit there and go, right, we have a VIP program. And on that, all you need to do is give us our email address, and we'll advise you when we're having closed door sales. We'll advise you when we're having new stock in. We'll show you what the new stock is. And by the way, if you bring a friend in at the same time, we'll also give you the second t-shirt at X amount of dollars. Again, asking someone to do that, the actual discount, inverted commas, mass inverted commas about discounting. We've all heard we shouldn't discount, blah, 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 blah. Well, reality is, put it down as a marketing expense. You could go and spend $50,000 on Facebook advertising and get 20 people, or you could ask someone, give them a slight discount and pay $100 off stock that you actually get cheaper, and you're going to come off better any which way. So, you've got to really have a look at what that strategy is. But again, let's get back to it before I get on my high horse, which I just did. Guys, have a look at constant communication. What are you actually doing it? How are you finding out when you lose, or when you lose a quote, or when you lose a deal, or when the person walks out the door when they actually didn't do it? Go, oh, look, are you thinking about doing that soon? When would you like to book in? All of that type of stuff. And one of the best strategies I've worked with a furniture store was a happy birthday. Now, you guys are going to laugh at this, but this wasn't happy birthday to the actual customer. We didn't take their customer's birthday. What we did is they bought a couch. They bought a lounge, $5,000, $6,000 couch, right? And we actually sent them a birthday card on the same day a year later when they bought the couch to say, happy birthday to your couch. Your couch is a year old. Congratulations. By the way, is your coffee table needing to be updated? Come on in, bring this card in, and we will actually sort you out on your next piece of furniture. Guys, absolutely work the treat. How many times have you walked into big business and bought a couch, a fridge, a large item, a car, a house, right? And all of a sudden, nothing's actually happened after that point. When do you actually say happy birthday, congratulations? When, if you're working in, a particular service-based industry like a podiatrist or something like that, are you booking the next call with them? And then are you following up to actually say, hey, your next call's here. Hey guys, it's been 6 months since you've actually had this done. Would you actually like to get it done? Really, really some cool things to actually be able to do that. To actually send out a birthday card, it's really, really simple and it's all automated. Send out cards is brilliant, guys. It's cheap. Cheap, they're probably not the right words to work on a marketing call, is it? They're good value. How about that? I send out a card for $1. Really, really simple, and you can write what you want on it. You can put the picture that you want on it. So, there's so many things that you could be doing that cost you $1 to actually generate more customers at the end of the day. Really, really simple things. How are you actually communicating with your customers? And one of the best tools a small business can use at this point in time is put a yearly planner on and actually sit there and nut out every time that you're going to send a newsletter out, a customer contact, a special, a closed business day if you got your closed door days, bring a friend, and he goes back to the referral system. You might have a business, have a special, you bring a friend in this week, and you will get this, included in whatever you're going to do. There's so many things that we can actually be doing here that can work a treat for you guys. So have a look at it. Write the system out. And a lot of this that I'm talking to you about is systems. Have a referral system. Have a communication system. We can automate most of this stuff. MailChimp is a great automation tool that's free for up to 2,000 people or contacts. I use personally Infusionsoft, or if a lot of people might call it Confusionsoft, but it automates everything. Every email that you get from me is written 2 weeks before, and it just goes out on a certain time. You sign up onto my website, which links to Infusionsoft. So, it's tracking what's exactly happening there. So I know I can contact you guys in 3 months' time and go, hey guys, we did a marketing webinar 3 months ago. I'll send you an email in 3 months' time from today to actually show you, hey guys, this is what Infusionsoft did for me. Now, there's other ones on the market, guys. I use Infusionsoft in many different ways as well. So, have a look at the constant communication. I think this is extremely important you actually work on this. All right. Strategy number 3, 10 by 10 by 20. And you're going to sit there and go, what the hell is that? Guys, this is for people who actually go on site. Okay, so I've got a couple of questions here. Sorry, before I go on to this, I'll leave you in suspense. How to not attract the deal seekers? I think that all boils down to asking the right questions, guys. How do you not attract those, tire kickers that all they want is the best price? Reality is, put your pricing in there and say we are only looking for the elite who want the best of all services. If you are an elite person or a high-end user, then this is for you. What? Is that okay to put in the marketing? Hell yeah, because people like to think they're high end. People like to think, that. I know this is really going to sound funny, but if you're looking for the best deal, go for it. And, it was really funny. We were at my networking event yesterday that I was in. Donna even brought this up during the networking event about, a hairdresser opening up right next door to another hairdresser. And, this hairdresser says $10 haircuts, and this, hairdresser that's been established for a long time is freaking out going, what the hell to do? So what they did is they put a sign up on their shop to say, what, we fix $10 haircuts. So have a look, guys, about some of the things that you can actually look at for those deal breakers. Let them know that you're not a excuse the language on this, but a cheap ass, whatever, if that's what you actually are. But you've also got to actually put across the value that you're actually going to give them on the same time. So ask the right questions when you're actually doing the deal breakers. Absolutely, you need programs to do that. Can the happy birthday work in the service industry? Absolutely, I've got no problems with that at all. So reality is, for a service-based industry, the happy birthdays can work on the service that you've actually been doing. The other thing is, I would actually not maybe do the happy birthday for services. You could actually put in a nice little campaign to say, and this is for Kim. Kim transports cars, so if you need your car transported from one location to the other, mainly long distance. One of the things you could actually do then is go, hey guys, it's been 3 months since your car's been transported. Do you need to actually go somewhere else? Would you like to put it somewhere else? Or do you know of anyone that might have it? Or, it's been 6 months or it's been 12 months. So you could actually do something to that effect to actually do it. The challenge is you've got to be clear, guys, whenever doing any of these strategies, and this is why I'm talking about context versus content. And I want to stress that again. You've got to have a look to say, could you go and invest, thousands of dollars of sending out birthday cards for the year on a strategy that may not exactly work. The strategies that more likely would work would be a follow-up card. That's what I would actually do. 3 days after after you delivered, send them a card to go, hey guys, if you loved our service, would love you to update it on Facebook, would love you to do it on this, would love you to do it on that. By the way, if you actually refer someone on, here is a 10% off the next voucher. Whenever I go park at the airport when I'm taking flights, the first thing that they give me on my return with their keys is a voucher to say, hey, come back to us and we'll actually upgrade you to the VIP parking section. You can actually have your VIP sections on the trucks when you're actually carting your cars. So these are the type of things that you can do that won't cost a lot of money, guys. You can print most of this stuff out of your printing. And that's what I'd actually work on with that. Okay, someone actually here, I used Happy Birthday for facials and I have 80% take up on the offer. Hey guys, it's your birthday, come in and we'll give you a facial on, for $50 instead of $70. Again, $20 marketing campaign, and when they're there, upsell them to some products when you're in there. There's heaps more that you can actually do. So guys, thanks for the questions. I would like to elaborate with a few more, and I'll talk to you more on how we can elaborate on the marketing strategy shortly. All right, 10 by 10 by 20. Everyone's curious about what this is. It's really simple, guys. If you go out on site to visit people, grab 40 bits of paper, whether it's a good brochure with a great call to action, and actually go deliver it in 10 houses or 10 businesses to the right, 10 businesses to the left, and 20 businesses on the other side of the road. This is a noise warning letter that we actually did up for D King, one of my clients, and this works an absolute treat, guys. Have a quick read of that. In essence, sorry about the noise. One of your neighbors is getting your dream deck, and you're going to hear a noisy process, just like my dog barking in the background. Being the hard and courteous workers that we are, we wanted to warn you that we're starting to swing hammers around X amount of time, and we're going to stop in the afternoon. To show you not just making noise and for the fun of it, we've also enclosed a brochure for other dream decks and patios. By the way, we're in the area. We're happy to actually come and discuss with you more about any dream decks or patios that you actually want. Guys, it's really, really simple stuff like that. And 10 by 10 by 20, real estates have this down pat. When you're in the area, just go up and down. If you're in the business estates or you're going out and see someone on site on business, walk up and down the business estates, walk in and just say, hey, look, I'm just dropping this brochure in. It really needs to go to the business owner, or this letter. This is a letter for the owner of the business. I just need to touch base with them and do that. This take-up rate is absolutely awesome. You don't get mass amounts of people taking it up, but you get some really good, solid clients from it. Raise your hands up who loves that letter, who likes that. It's done professionally on a letterhead. Guys, you can easily do that. It works an absolute treat. So, we put that together and we've been using that now for about 3 years, and, it pays for itself 50-fold. And it just does that. Now, if you've got a fixed business location that people come to you all the time, why don't you have the coffee shops in the area having your brochures to say, by the way, if you buy free coffees, we'll give you this voucher and you can go use it down there, and vice versa. Every time that someone comes in an appointment for you or comes into your store, every sale that is made over $100, you give them a free coffee, or you buy them lunch, or you do something to that effect. $3 for a coffee on a $200 sale is a great marketing acquisition cost. So there's some really, really good things that you can do there. So strategy 4, guys. Again, another strategy that I could actually, have a full webinar on, which I have. 2 months ago, I did a webinar on the 7 key things that you need on your website. This one is something that you guys, I won't go into much detail on this. I'd love to, but here are a few things I want you to think about your website. Do you have a commitment objective? What type of site do you have? Do you have an information site? Do you have an online store? Do you have a brochure site? Do you have all these other sites that are out there? Is it responsive? Do people have iPads and phones? It's so funny now. There are so many people out there that'll be sitting on the couch watching TV with their iPad and their phone next to them, scrolling through while watching TV and looking up stuff. You need something responsive and good to grab their attention why they're actually doing that. If it's a boring looking site, then it's just going to go, I'm not interested in that. Get them to do something, get them to actually sign up to something, get them to do something while you're on your site. Capture the leads, have a funnel focus. And what I mean by that is, get them to do something. Right, sign up for this thing. Here is a download this report now to find out how you can do this. Get an online quote. Get them to do something. More than likely, if you have them doing something for you on your website, they're not going to go and search for someone else. We have plumbers that actually get an online quote now. Upload your picture of what the job you need to be done. Give us a quick description of what you need done. We'll get back to you within 24 hours. Once someone goes and spends some time filling out that form, it is unlikely they'll go and search for someone else to actually go and put that in. So you want to be the person that actually gets them to do that. Getting a website these days isn't expensive, guys. For $499, you can get a great responsive website that does everything that I'm talking about here. You used to pay thousands of dollars. Now it's not that much. Are you using the tools in your business? Google Webmaster Tools, Google Analytics, References. Are you getting SEO done? SEO is not expensive anymore, and it still works an absolute treat. Remember I told you about the company that was paying $70,000 a year on advertising and marketing? That was a full page ad in the yellow pages on the printed books. That was brochures. That was putting stuff into trade magazines. You know what? Reality is everyone's going online to look at your services now anyway. Let's just get a really good website and let's do SEO. Paying $500 a month now for SEO, and that's the only marketing campaign that they're actually doing. And they're getting more leads than what they can point a stick at. Plus, they're getting leads national. And guess what they do? They actually sell those leads to other companies. So they'll send a lead down to Sydney and to a company they've set up in a strategic alliance with and said, you go build this deck, give us 5% of that. They're now making between $4,000 to $6,000 a month from national leads by sending them elsewhere. So, and you may think, should they go set up a hub down there? No, not really. They're going and doing the work. They're not at that stage yet. So, so many things that you could be actually doing. All right, let me keep moving. Strategy 5, guys. I've got 2 more strategies to work on. Social media. Where are my twits on the call? Love to see my twits. Who's the Twitter fans here? Not many people raising their hands up and admitting to that one. I know Twitter's really big in the US, but here in Australia, there's not many Twitter fans. Guys, social media, very, very important that, one, this is a webinar on itself, but I want to touch on a couple of key points with social media. 1, you have to do it consistently. 2, you have to give education marketing. What that is you actually educate people. You don't actually put on there, I've got this offer today, I've got this offer today, I've got this offer today, I've got this offer today. educate, 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 educate. Put articles up there about education. And then at the end of the article saying, if you're interested in more, click here and sign up to the free report that we're actually going to download. You know, very important. The other thing is, one of the key things, I've got a couple of clients who have actually created closed groups where they actually have a whole heap of people in the same industry or their target market in these closed groups that they actually give advice, information. They give all this stuff away for free. The thing is, guys, you can give heaps away for free at the moment. If you wanted to find out the best marketing strategy in the world, go to YouTube, go to Google. You're going to find that. It's there for free. There's not much that you can actually get out there that's not for free this day in terms of service-based industries. So what you got to do is be a part of that. Give them the free information. And reality is, most people don't do anything with it. That's where they need the experts out there to do it. So, give them that type of stuff. Give them education. Whenever you're doing posts, do that. But you've got to realize that these people that have set up closed group profiles, it's taken them 3 years to get where they need to. And there's a great YouTube skit that I'll actually put up. I'll email it out. I'll email out the YouTube script that it's really funny. And here's a YouTube counter, and some guy goes, hey, look, I want to put funny videos up, and I want 100,000 likes on these funny videos. And YouTube just starts laughing and goes, you got a time machine? Go back to 2009 and we'll do that. Guys, social media is one of these things that you need to actually start now, and in 2 years' time will actually pay off for you big time. 3 years' time. So get the educational stuff, but it's free. You can actually do this for free quite easily, and really actually understand that there are Facebook ads out there, but reality is the campaign that I've used, one of the clients is created a workshop on the other side of the country, and the only marketing that's been done on that, and they've put 30 people in the room quite easily. The only marketing is social media, after spending 3.5 years building a list of over 1,500 people on the list, and a quick email campaign out to a targeted area. And that's the only marketing campaign that have put 30 people in the room to go do a workshop on the other side. But that's taken a while to get there. So guys, get clear on what you want with your social media campaign. Create a closed group, have a Facebook page, put some really good information on there, and let it just generically build for you. The referrals will come from the social media, and do it that way. But you got to start now if you're doing it. Some industries don't work well on social media. It's just the way it is. So that's probably all I want to touch base. There's so many questions about social media. So, we really need to, probably do another webinar on that itself. Who would love a social media webinar? Yeah, I know some of you guys are going to put your hands up. Yay, yeah, there we go. All right. Let me have a look at that. I'll see if I can do the one by the end of the year. All right. Strategy 6, guys. I know I've got 3 minutes, and this one's actually quite easy. Guys, public relations. Simple, easy. I know I've got one copywriter on the line. Get a copywriter to actually write some copy, a nice simple one page about something that's happening in your industry, and blast it out to your local paper, the current affair shows on TV, the morning shows on TV. There's a whole heap of PR companies out there. I launched Black Belt Business. I wrote a PR piece for Black Belt Business, and it got picked up in 3 international websites straight away, all by actually logging it onto PR places. Your local paper. For instance, we did an international seminar. Now, guys, that's me being thrown. That's the bald guy upside down there. That's me last year in October in Amsterdam. We did a international training seminar in Amsterdam. It got picked up by the local paper. It was a half-page ad in a local paper on the second page, and it ended up on the 7th page of the national paper, all from being there. Guys, I've got clients who have, a health week coming up, or a week that's coming up. Know when those plans are and write some articles on it. Send them out to the local papers and continually just smash it out there. Let them know they're looking for some good editorial pieces. You can do so much by writing a one-page editorial, and then sending it out to the local paper and letting them know what's actually happening. Send it out to the national papers. Send it out to the PR places. Send it out to your strategic alliances. Send them out to people people to actually send it out for you. I just wrote a blog last week on the 7 key things that a website needs, and sent it to a software company who's actually put it on their latest newsletter. I got 3 inquiries from that. So use that PR piece. It doesn't take long to do, and it just works an absolute treat, guys. And some people go, but I've done that for 6 months. Well, guys, do it for another 6 months, do it for another 12 months. It's all about getting out there. And it's not hard to do. So the last thing is strategy 7, guys. I couldn't pick a strategy 7 because there's so many things that you could be doing. One of the things that I am doing for you guys after this webinar, you'll get it by Monday if you don't mind. I'll be sending out this 2-page document with so many strategies that you could be looking at to be putting in your business. I can't scroll up and down on the page. I just took a screenshot of it. There is so much more that you could actually be doing. But the thing I wanted to talk to you about strategy 7 was just implement. Don't be afraid to actually get stuff out there. Don't get caught up in that headspace that you have to be a marketer. Yeah, you're great at what you do, but reality is you don't have to be a marketer to do any of this stuff. You just need to be genuine, and you just need to implement this. Sit down and just spend the time to map out a referral strategy and then just go to town on it. Just take the time to actually do your sales process. Go to town on it. Refine it. This is what it's all about. It's about setting up the processes for these marketing strategies. Implement, follow through, implement. You don't need thousands and thousands of dollars to actually, do marketing. You just need to invest the time to actually get it done. And that's very important. Now, strategy X, these could be anything. Networking groups for some people are brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Workshops, being a workshop presenter, webinars like I'm doing now are brilliant. I've had over 60 people registered, over 30 people on the call today. It's one of these things that you can actually do this yourself. Videos are brilliant. Do some video blogs. Strategic alliances. Don't even get me started on that one, guys. It's very important that you actually put these things in place. And if you add it up, networking groups, workshops, webinars, videos, strategic alliances, plus the other 6, there's 11 strategies that you could be putting in place right now that don't cost a lot of money. It does involve some time to invest in it, but it's up to you to find that time to actually invest in it. So guys, let me just quickly go back to the marketing plan that we actually spoke about before. Quite simply, my iPad's turned off. Yep. All right, let me just go back to here, guys. I'll be 2 more minutes, if that. So one of the things you need to do for your marketing plan up here, if you decide to do a newsletter, right, you actually send the people to the website. You want them to click on the website. The website might get them to actually do a free appointment to the sales team. The sales team then do the conversion. Make sure you know every single step of the marketing process before you actually do your marketing. It's going to be a lot easier to actually understand this and make sure you've got some good conversion tools in place, and you just build each of the little things you're going to do up here, a referral system, right? And the referral system will go straight to the sales team. What is it that step? That's the process. And I know that looks pretty awful on the screen at the moment, but if you actually outlay this to make a very good, simple marketing plan, and this is what the marketing plan is all about, you'll actually do that. And then up here in this section, you'll go, right, who do we want to target? Who do we want to actually focus on? What is the niche I'm going to work on? And reality is that should be dictated by the products you actually sell. So, guys, that's all it for now. I'm just let you know, guys, business is all about fitness. You just can't sit there and do a couple of crunches and go, wow, I'm fit. It's ongoing tools, and you can do way more crunches and way more push-ups with someone over you. And guys, look, if you want me to actually review your marketing, I'm happy to give you a free business strategy session. Just let us know. I'll send you out the website for the business strategy session. Jump on. We'll do it via Skype. Skype's easier. I can get enough information via Skype. I will actually review all your marketing for you and give you the ideas and strategies and build a strategy for you. And then we can go from there. So, guys, before we finish, the number one thing I would love to hear from you, please put in the comments, what was the number one thing you got out of today? What's the one thing you're going to take away from this and go, I'm going to do it? No ifs, no buts, no maybes. I'm going to work on that. What's the number one thing, guys? Excellent. Constant communication is the key. Marketing. Referrals are important. The plan is great. Consistency is always it. Absolutely, Eric. Implement. Referrals. Absolutely. Use those referrals. There's so many good referral strategies out there. Implement. Follow-ups are the key, guys. If you're doing a quote, you're not following up, you need a good swift kick up the backside. Follow up. Referrals and rewards. Newsletters are quite good. Data list for marketing. Guys, if you want to create a data list and you've got a website, have one of those pop-ups that come up 15 seconds later and say, hey, we're offering you a really cool thing. Just put your email address in here. They're free. If you're running a WordPress website, they're free. Some really good things you can do there. Just get back to the simple things. Absolutely. And the biggest thing is, guys, review marketing every 3 months. Review the plan every 3 months. That's important. So I'm actually going to send you an email 3 months from today, an automated email for anyone who registered up, to ask you the simple question: are you reviewing your marketing? It's time to review the marketing, and we go from there. Guys, thank you very much. I will send a recording out of this. If you did enjoy this, can you just update on Facebook to say, hey, you just listened to an awesome webinar from Black Belt Business? There we go, referral marketing. We will give you a link to all of that. We'll get everything to you by Monday. And guys, sign up to the free business strategy session. It'll more than likely just improve your business, plus more. So guys, have a great week. Thanks, Kim. I really appreciate that. And do a webinar. Okay, here's a good idea, suggestion. Do a webinar on potential business owners. We're a very limited budget. So, okay, I'll let me have a look at that. I've booked all the webinars up till the end of the year, but I'll see if I can squeeze them in for you, Lynn. I'm more than happy to do that. Thanks, David. Appreciate it muchly. And Cassandra, can't wait to meet you next week as well. We'll talk a bit more about some of the questions you had to then. All right, guys, hopefully you got everything you need to out of it. Have a fantastic weekend. I'm sure it's going to be great. I'm looking forward to it. So, guys, have fun, and we will catch up with you shortly. Have a great day, all.